It's where boundaries cease to exist. Where 350 cars are under your control. And every road is an open invitation. This is Forza Horizon 3. Get the Ultimate Edition from Game.
Wonderful, wonderful race.
Times, it's good to know that Bupa Health Insurance is there for you and your family. We can help get you fast diagnosis and expert care should you need it. So you can focus on what's important. And with Bupa, families save 10% on health insurance. Call now on 0800 665 665 or search Bupa Family for more information.
Chris and his companion here are the same age, and both love a night out. For some dating sites, this is enough to make them a match. But at eHarmony, using our 29 measures of compatibility, our experts partner people on their personality, values, and you know, the stuff that really matters. So when you meet someone from eHarmony, instead of blank stares, you'll get butterflies. eHarmony.co.uk. Join free today.
After you've gone, will you leave behind money worries or happy memories? We'd all like to leave some money for our loved ones, whether towards our funeral costs or as a cash gift. Now you can, with the UK's most affordable over-50s life cover. The Sun Life Guaranteed Over 50 plan is the nation's #1 choice. It's really straightforward, and with no health questions, you're guaranteed to be accepted. The cover starts at £4 a month, and that's under 14p a day. Depending on the premium you choose, the cover could be worth thousands. And you'll feel good today, knowing you've put your family first. So call today.
Количество вторых мест будут считать дальше. Это значит, что, скорее всего, Фулин окажется впереди. Ну, давайте. Нет, и сейчас еще одно место заработает Ришар. Значит, уже по количеству третьих мест. Я напомню, что был полностью провальный первый уикенд у Ришара. Он там всего 4 очка заработал во Франции, а потом он системно набирал очки. У нас, напомню, там в Португалии двойные баллы начислялись за то, что эта гонка была городская. Половина дистанции у нас пройдена. Половина новой дистанции, естественно, 6 кругов. Сейчас на 7-м круге находятся спортсмены. Нет, на 6-м все-таки круге они находятся. Вот сейчас они поедут на 7-й. И там, похоже, еще до атаки не доходят.
Chance for them to gain a position or two. And don't forget, we're not just fighting for honours in the Sprint Cup, honours in the overall, but we've also got Pro-Am and Am classes to be sorted. Now, these cars are all on Pirelli tyres. John has caught up with Pirelli's Paul Hembury.
Paul Hembury, you're Pirelli's Director of Motorsport. First of all, welcome to Barcelona, but what are you doing here?
I know everyone's been asking me now why I wasn't in Malaysia this weekend, but you know, there's more to our motorsport than Formula One, and I love the GT Championship, and I wanted to see Stefan at the end of the season, so that's why I dropped in here.
Now, you probably discovered that this is a pretty competitive race series. Is that a surprise?
Oh, it's not a surprise. I mean, they manage the balance of performance so well, and I think if you watch any of the races throughout the season, they're some of the most exciting races that you see in motorsport today, and I think that's you can see that with the number of competitors and people who actually want to come and race in these championships.
Now, I mean, I am assuming you're going to be the official tyre provider for the following years. If that's the case, what have you got up your sleeve for us? What's new?
Not too much. We're working on maybe getting some more cars, being able to do a double stint at Spa and the 24-hour race next year, but everything else is stability. You know, we're doing so many championships, GT3 championships and GT4 now around the world, that stability is the key.
Well, good to see you and enjoy this event. Thank you.
Well, great for Paul Hembury, head of Pirelli Motorsport, to be here to see 33 cars out on the grid on those Pirelli tyres. And yes, the Spa 24 Hours, the jewel in the Blancpain GT Series crown, a very, very different affair. Here it doesn't doesn't matter how long your tyres last. One stint is absolutely fine. Well, in fact, a 1 hour race, there's no wheel changes. But let's have a look at the points. In the GT Series Sprint Cup, that's 5 of the rounds this year. This is the 5th and final one. Enzo Ida leading his erstwhile teammate Christopher Mies, who's absent this weekend. Doesn't matter the gap between them. It's the gap back to Dominic Baumann and Maxi Buch. It's 24 points. How many are up for grabs this afternoon? 25 points. Enzo just has to finish 9th to be sure. Not 9th overall, it can just be 9th in the pro classes to make sure he takes the title. So the people are stripped away, leaving minimal people on the grid. The last few people being wafted away, leaving just a mechanic with each of the cars to make sure, should they fail to get away, the engine can be fired up for them. Outside of the front row, the Lamborghini of Nicolas Pola alongside Enzo Ida. The red Mercedes, that will be Tristan Vautier starting alongside Maxime Soulet. 84 on the right-hand side of the screen, Dominic Baumann. 99, the winners of the Spa 24 Hours. Philipp Eng will start that. Behind the veteran Bernd Schneider will be starting row 5 in that Mercedes on the right-hand side. The second Lamborghini, Lukas Stolz, right in the battle for Silver Cup honours. Behind him on the other side of the grid, Stuart Leonard alongside the number 1 of Lawrence Van Tor. That penalty put him right back in the pack. And the 58 McLaren just going off your screen now. That is the car second in the overall championship. Rob Bell will be starting that. It's on new rubber. He's got to really, really make that pay. The sister McLaren number 59 just behind. We keep on going past a couple more of the ACA ASP Mercedes. The number 22, that's the second of the 2 Nissan GTRs. A couple of newcomers from Rinaldi Racing, those green Ferraris on the left-hand side of the screen. 33 runners, and the last of all of those will be number 4 Audi. Expect that to pick its way up because that was tipped off early on. Dries Van Tor, and that should be started by Nico Muller. Look for that one to progress. It's one thing to catch at the Circuit de Catalunya, it's quite another to pass. That is why for Enzo Ida, who's gunning not for outright honours but for the Sprint Cup glory, he knows if he can make a good enough start, be first, second or third down to the first corner, keep his nose in front, not be passed by many more cars, he will have done his job, and the rest will be up to Robin Frieds. Anyhow, the formation lap, we're into the final 1 minute countdown to that, and they're being flagged away. Off goes Enzo Ida. He's done the first part. He hasn't stalled at the start of the formation lap, nor has Dominic Baumann. He was slow away in that 84 Mercedes. You have to have 5 more cars going behind, and now the 58 McLaren with Rob Bell starts from row number 8. They could, should, whatever, have been starting from the front 4 rows. So it's a big ask for Rob Bell and his teammate Alvaro Parent to get that McLaren up towards the very front end of the order. That's what they've got to do. They've got an hour in which to do it. So drivers all getting the heat into their tyres. Enzo Ida starting ahead of the Lamborghini of Nicolas Pola. Tristan Vautier in the red ACA ASP Mercedes, and then alongside or just behind him in the running order there, Maxime Soulet in the number 8 Bentley. Look at the variety of manufacturers at the front and you'll understand why Stefan Rattel believes he's got the balance of performance so very right, and so many people want to come and play. Here, let's take a look at the starting grid. Enzo Ida will be starting and then hand over to Robin Frieds in the 33 Audi. Likewise, Nicolas Pola will hand over his Lamborghini to Bortolotti. Tristan Vautier in the 88 Mercedes, Maxime Soulet in the 8 Bentley. Will Stevens, the 28 Audi, from 5th on the grid, and Dominic Baumann, the championship leader, in the 84 Mercedes. Silver Cup winners in the first race, Nicola Moller Madsen will be starting and handing over to Alessio Picariello. The better of the Nissans in 9th on the grid. Beretta and Stolz in the second Lamborghini. Look out for them. They should expect a good run. But also Van Tor and Vervich in that number 1 Audi starting 13th. Look out. They did a lot of the overtaking. But the car that does need to do the overtaking in particular is Bell and Parent. Bell first and then Parent afterwards in the 58 McLaren, starting down in the middle of the grid on row 8. We have... in the end, we had 33 cars, so we go to row 17. We're still working our way down the order, and quite a few of those were cars who had a few little problems. But don't forget, we also have the Pro-Am Cup runners, such as Salikov and Seidler. Look out for Seidler in the second stint in that Ferrari. And we have the AM class as well. So a lot of titles to be sorted out here in this next hour of racing. Will we have Enzo Ida taking the Sprint Cup? Alone he will be, because Christopher Mies, who's competed with him all season until now, is absent this weekend. But what a stand-in we have in the form of Robin Frieds, who was so strong to set up that victory in the opening race. So battles within the overall battles, fights to every single corner around the circuit. You can be resting assured of that. Who will keep their tyres sweet through this 1 hour race? Who will have the speed at the end? But really here at the circuit, of Barcelona to Catalunya. It is speed down to the first corner and the ability to get the car reduced from speed and through that corner without going off, without being clipped up the back, tipped off the circuit. We've had drama aplenty in the qualifying race. Robin Freed's looking at the screens. René Rast, seldom a smile away from his face in behind. They'll be taking second stints in their Audis. But now, through turn 12 of this 16-corner circuit, 4.655 kilometres, very difficult to pass. It's gold dust as I welcome John Watson up into the commentary box. Great interviews down there on the grid. How's the feeling?
Well, for me it's fine, but I tell you, it's muggy. It's warm and muggy. Quite different to what we had earlier in the day when temperatures were lower, fresher air. Maxi Book, he'll be looking to see what happens, but it will change what happens during this 1 hour.
So here we have coming down to turn 14 at slow speed behind the Audi. Of course, now the Audi will just lead them through, and then that will peel off into the pit lane just after it goes through turn 15 now, the last of that fiddly left-right chicane. And then 2 by 2, the 33 car field will come out of turn 16, the final corner. The drivers will have to wait, look to the starting gantry, the lights will be red, and the nanosecond that they turn to green, Enzo Ida will be trying to floor the throttle of the number 33 Audi. Will he be down to the first corner first, or will it be the 63 Lamborghini? Waiting for red to turn to green, it's still red, or will it be someone from the row behind? Will it be the Bentley of Maxime Soulet? Brilliant start also from Vautier, third up to second, but for Enzo Ida, that's 2 brilliant starts for the 33 Audi. He's doing everything.